Start something new sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive a new Ram 1500 Lone Star Crew Cab with $13,000 off or choose 0% financing. Get a new Laramie Crew Cab 4-wheel drive with 3.9% financing for 72 months plus $15,000 off MSRP. Explore in a new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo starting at $31,990. Happening now at Allen Samuels.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Save big.
Product show Saturday, January 31st and Sunday, February 1st at the base at Extraco Event Center in Waco. You'll meet local professionals and see the latest building trends, discover innovative products, and find expert advice all under one roof. Plus, there will be games for the whole family and cash prizes. Don't miss the Home Product Show, January 31st and February 1st. Brought to you by TFNB, your bank for life.
I love my windows, Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays, more of the heat stays, Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free, plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows, they've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Kind of primary care.
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
To start something new sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive a new Ram 1500 Lone Star Crew Cab with $13,000 off or choose 0% financing. Get a new Laramie Crew Cab 4-wheel drive with 3.9% financing for 72 months plus $15,000 off MSRP. Explore in a new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo starting at $31,990. Happening now at Allen Samuels.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Start something new sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive a new Ram 1500 Lone Star Crew Cab with $13,000 off or choose 0% financing. Get a new Laramie Crew Cab 4-wheel drive with 3.9% financing for 72 months plus $15,000 off MSRP. Explore in a new Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo starting at $31,990. Happening now at Allen Samuels.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Show Saturday, January 31st and Sunday, February 1st at the base at Extraco Event Center in Waco. You'll meet local professionals and see the latest building trends, discover innovative products, and find expert advice all under one roof. Plus, there will be games for the whole family and cash prizes. Don't miss the Home Product Show, January 31st and February 1st. Brought to you by TFNB, your bank for life.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free, plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
The primary care.
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance insurance or government-driven systems. Care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Welcome to the show today. We've got a couple of events I want to tell you about right off the bat, particularly if you love history and you love Waco and you love historic homes. And I have the wonderful Dr. Kenneth Hafertep with us from Baylor, and you're going to be leading Waco Walks on the 31st of January. So tell me about that.
Well, it's going to be a fun stroll through downtown Waco, focusing on Waco's historic churches. We can't really do all of them on one walk because we'd spend the entire morning going to all the interesting churches. But we're going at 9 o'clock, we're going to start at St. Francis on the Brazos and stroll past a number of very interesting church buildings, St. Paul's Episcopal being one. We'll actually go past the site of some that are no longer have churches there, but like early sites for Catholic churches, Methodist Church, the first site of the Presbyterian Church, but then sort of turning around at First Baptist Church and Second in Clay, which was St. James Methodist Episcopal. So we have some really cool churches to see and a lot of interesting things to talk about on the way.
Well, you are so well known for your study of historic homes and churches, and I've got one of the books that I have of yours, and that's The Material Culture of German Texans.
Yes, it's so large it could be a book stop.
It is a wonderful book, and good news, you just told me your new edition, your second edition of your first book.
Yes,
Because I wanted to buy it and I couldn't get it.
Yeah, you have to look for it in rare bookstores now, or get the e-edition of it. But we were able to raise the funds to publish a second edition, which is going to update several of the entries.
So this is the historic homes
And
of Waco,
yes,
Texas.
and it will also have updated photos since a lot of stuff has happened in Waco.
Well, the
since
castle had a
2019.
little update.
Yeah, that's why
thanks
there's a
to
new
Chip
picture
and
of the
Joe.
castle on the dust jacket there. Historic Waco did a nice job of restoring the exterior of Earl Napier Kennard House.
Mhm.
So we've got a number of decided improvements in the historic houses. So it'll be an even better looking book this time around.
Oh, that's
That's
going to be,
what
I
I'm hoping,
cannot
at least.
wait. So maybe spring, May, it'll be
Yeah,
available.
May 15th is what Amazon is saying right now.
Okay.
And sometimes that's right, sometimes that's wrong.
We'll
but
see.
sometime in the first half of this year.
Okay, and another event we want to tell people about, and that's
Yes.
visit with another author like
Yes.
yourself of historic homes and
Yeah.
architects. And this is for Historic Waco Foundation coming up on Valentine's Day
Yes.
on Saturday, February 14th with
Yes. Oh, I'd
Historic
forgotten
Waco.
that it was Valentine's Day. But yes, February 14th, Mary Helen Dodson is going to be doing a slide talk and also selling copies of her brand new book, which is The Architecture of Wesley Clark Dodson. And Wesley Clark Dodson was a Victorian architect here in Waco. He is not as well known as W.W. Larmor, but he kind of had a breakout moment in my books because his own house is in Sanger Heights and still standing. And so Mary Helen, being a descendant, had access to a lot of family documents and about his experience in the Civil War and his growing up. And so it's amazingly well documented in terms of his life story. But he came to Waco after the Civil War, got here around 1875, did the McLennan County Courthouse, unfortunately no longer stands, but and did a whole bunch of other Texas courthouses, including Hillsborough, Gatesville, Lampasas, Weatherford, Denton. So, and all of those still stand. So he was a very important courthouse architect, which is one reason why the Parker County Courthouse in Weatherford is on the dust jacket.
On the cover. Well, and she is a descendant, right?
Yes, yeah. So, this is kind of her retirement project and has really done a great job. And it's published by the Texas A&M University Press, which has also published my trio of books on Waco. So
Okay.
they just keep building up more and more books on the architectural heritage of Texas.
Well, that's wonderful. And again, Mary Helen Dodson will be with Historic Waco Foundation to
Yes.
speak. And this will be at the Johnson Taylor House.
Yes.
Nil
Yeah.
Pape is how we all kind of
Right,
still sort of know
yeah.
it.
And sometimes we think about switching back to Pape Garden Center or
I know
something.
that because people
like
know
that.
it as that.
Yeah,
but,
the one that's right by the Earl Harrison house.
right, but as a wonderful meeting room in the back.
Yeah.
And again, that's going to be on February 14th. At what time?
Yes, 10 in the morning.
Okay. All right. So
So it won't interfere with people's
let's
dates.
talk a little bit more about what drew you to historic buildings. I mean, history is such a wonderful subject. You
Yeah.
could have focused on anything, I
Well,
guess.
I grew up in Dallas, and Dallas, as you may have noticed, is kind of shiny new glass, steel, concrete. There was not a heck of a lot of old there when I was growing up. Now the places I grew up are officially old, but eligible for the National Register. It really changed for me when I started college. I went to Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., and there was such an interesting layer, crazy quilts of buildings and styles and the like. And so just started to try to make sense of that. And actually, when I came back to do graduate work at UT Austin, I ended up doing a research paper on the Smithsonian Castle, the first building of the Smithsonian, which became my master's thesis and then became my first book, America's Castle, The Evolution of the Smithsonian Building and its Institution. So at the end of my graduate work, though, I ended up working at the French Legation Museum in Austin. And so I have a fond spot in my heart for the French Legation, which is now a state historic site. It was Daughters of the Republic of Texas when I was working there, but has been very nicely restored. That's one of the great success stories, I think, of recent years, is that the legation is looking so good. But really, going to school in DC and then starting to work at the French Legation, and actually worked at the Neil Cochran House
I
in
have
Austin.
a very soft spot for that house
Yeah.
through my affiliation with the
Yeah,
Colonial
the
Dames,
Colonial Dames,
which
is,
still owns it and operates that beautiful
Mhm.
house museum. And of course,
Yeah.
Abner Cook, such a renowned architect of the Texas.
Yeah, I think I read a
Governor's
book that
Mansion.
said
And
something.
I think, yeah, you might have written something about Abner Cook. Yeah.
So yeah, and which I actually wrote most of that book while living at the Neil Cochran House, because I
know.
worked for the Colonial Dames
Yeah.
for 3 years, and then went off to work in Massachusetts for 10 years at historic Deerfield. But yeah, those experiences of working at the legation and at the Neil Cochran House was really pretty formative for me. Really sort of pushed me in this direction. The interesting thing is that it's really only with the book on historic buildings of Waco that I ended up having an opportunity to talk about churches. I did a whole chapter on Waco churches in historic buildings of Waco. And so what we're going to be seeing on Saturday the 31st are some, but definitely not all, of the historic churches of Waco, because it would be an all-day walk if we walked up to New Hope Baptist Church, which is a fabulous historically Black church from the 1920s, or there are just so many interesting ones. But the ones that we'll be looking at are really quite interesting. When I was doing historic buildings, St. Francis on the Brazos ended up becoming one of my favorite stories, because I'm, as it's sort of like being a journalist and looking, what's the story here? What do we find interesting about this? And St. Francis on the Brazos is interesting, not just because it's inspired kind of a close but not identical imitation of Mission San Jose in San Antonio, but the Texas collection at Baylor has the dedication program for the building from 1931, which lists all of the contractors, everyone who worked on it. And so I'd always known that Roy E. Lane was the architect, but just to see who were doing all the different parts of it. The Trout Shoal firm did the communion rail and the pews,
great
and the
cabinet builders.
and finding out that the murals in the altar area and the Stations of the Cross were painted by one around the altar by an Italian-born painter who was living in New Jersey, but then all the Stations of the Cross were painted in Mallorca by a painter named Pedro Barcelo. So it's a really rich and interesting story, and that's a church that I appreciate the fact that congregation has kept the church up so well, and that it's open to the public on a very regular basis. So
it's worth the trip.
Yeah,
over there,
it's very cool. So that's a 1928 to 1931 building, but then St. Paul's Episcopal is the oldest church building in Waco. It's not the oldest congregation, because the Methodists were here and the Baptists were here. But actually, we'll be walking very close by the temporary site of St. Paul's when we're down by First Baptist. But it was designed by an architect from Boston, William Pitt Wentworth, who probably never came to Waco. So he sent the drawings and and had local builders construct it. But then a lot of the altar fixtures and the earliest stained glass windows came from New York City. There was a sort of startup company there that produced a lot of church fittings, as they called them. But and First Baptist is quite amazing as well.
Church.
Yeah, very, very beautiful. And Milton W. Scott and Glenn Allen were working simultaneously on that building and on what's now the Dr. Pepper Museum. And you can see the similarity in the
you
brick
honestly
color.
do, yeah. I never thought about it. But
So we'll
yeah.
probably be moseying by Dr. Pepper and seeing down the way, yes, there's the neoclassical First Baptist Church. So it's a very interesting building as well. And it's not overly ornamented, but it has very nice judicious detail and that beautiful central dome and the like. So it's a very interesting building as well.
What other architectural details do you hope people will take note of?
Well, it's a mixture of things. One of the things that's most striking about St. Francis on the Brazos is the sculpture that's on the facade, which is very much imitating the facade of San Jose in San Antonio. But interestingly enough, the statues here in Waco were made of concrete. So they were carved from stone, and the technology really didn't exist to do the casts and create the statues in cement back in the day. But a lot of stuff on, a lot of the ornamental features on St. Francis on the Brazos were done by a company called Waco Art Stone, which was kind of an artisan startup. Sounds like something that would happen today. But they created all sorts of decorations in concrete, including for the old Brooks Hall at Baylor, which no longer exists. But so again, it's just interesting seeing the different craftsmen who were involved there. And then what's now Second and Clay, the old St. James Methodist Episcopal Church, that was one of the most prominent African-American congregations in Waco in the 1920s. And it has a cousin in San Antonio as well. St. Paul's AME in San Antonio is very similar, but with a much lighter sort of buff-colored brick, but that same Tudor Gothic style. And it was designed by a pretty well-known architectural firm, Adams and Adams, who did the big house at the King Ranch and did the State Highway building in Austin a little bit later than St. James. They're an interesting firm, and apparently the plans for St. Paul's in San Antonio came north to Waco along with the man who was the contractor for both buildings. That was a guy named H.W. Hawkins, and he was a black man who lived across the street from St. Paul's in San Antonio and ended up moving to Waco and lived here for the rest of his life. I guess he liked it.
I guess he did.
And so one of the stained glass windows at St. James was actually donated. So donated by H.W. Hawkins is down at the bottom. And there's an amazing survival of the original stained glass, both at St. James and at New Hope Baptist as well. Beautifully done. They both seem to have been congregations that were determined, in spite of the violence that was happening, the lynchings that had happened
we know of them here in
Waco
Waco.
and across Texas. It certainly was not Waco alone. But they were determined to show that they were here, they were staying, they were going to create a beautiful church building for themselves, and they did it. They accomplished something tremendous in both of those cases.
So that morning, it's a morning walk, correct?
Yes, 9 a.m.
9
sharp.
a.m. And you will be starting at St. Francis, correct?
Yes.
So
And
that's where you park?
Yes, and it's a 2-mile walk.
Okay.
And so we're anticipating, Ashley Bean Thornton likes to say that maybe they should have called the group Waco Strolls, because it's not going to be, rapid paced.
Okay, yeah.
So
More than a
very
meander,
doable.
but less than a
Well, and since I have long legs, I maybe go a
I was
little
going to
more
say you may
rapidly.
go faster than everybody else.
But I will wait for people to to catch up. And yeah, it can be a very pleasant pace. We the last Waco Walks was at Oakwood Cemetery,
Right.
and 3 students from Baylor identified the graves of 11 Waco women of import, and so it was quite relaxing. It was a beautiful morning, leisurely walk, and so hopefully we'll have a beautiful,
Hopefully so.
above
yeah.
freezing morning. when we-
Again, that will be on January 31st.
Yes, at 9
And
a.m.
At 9 a.m. for Waco Walks. And then on February 14th, don't forget, that will be the
Yes.
Historic Waco Foundation speech with Mary Helen Dotson at the
Yeah.
Johnson Taylor House. And what time is that event?
That will be 10 a.m.
Okay, 10 a.m. on that day. So
Yeah, so it won't interfere with people's date plans, hopefully.
so many great things and great ways to learn just wonderful things about Waco history and Waco buildings.
Yeah, a lot
Thank you
going
so
on.
much for all your efforts in this area.
Well, you're welcome. I enjoy doing it.
Stay with us. When we come back, we will be hearing from author Margie Cox as she tells her compelling story that she entitles her book From Broken and Bleeding to Healed and Whole. Stay with us.
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
Serving Central Texas since 1889, TFNB Your Bank for Life takes pride in being more than a bank. At TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, Your Bank for Life.
Today's show is brought to you by the Heart of Texas Home Builders Association. Don't miss this year's Home Products Show. It's January 31st and February 1st at the base at the Extraco Event Center. You'll see everything from home construction to remodeling, start to finish. Tickets are $5 at the door. I'll see you there.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free, plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
It's time to start something new at Allen Samuels. Drive in with huge savings on all of our Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. From a trail-conquering Jeep Grand Cherokee, towing in style with a Ram Heavy Duty, or cruising the city in a sporty and luxurious Ram 1500, we've got the perfect ride for you. Stop by Allen Samuels in Waco, where we make car buying easy.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Don't miss the Home Product Show Saturday, January 31st and Sunday, February 1st at the base at Extraco Event Center in Waco. You'll meet local professionals and see the latest building trends, discover innovative products, and find expert advice all under one roof. Plus, there will be games for the whole family and cash prizes. Don't miss the Home Product Show January 31st and February 1st. Brought to you by TFNB, Your Bank for Life.
This one is the one that I recorded and released this last year. a sinner? Or am I the same? Caught in the middle, just a breath away from fate. Whiskey burns like fire in my soul. Each shot is like a whisper telling me to let go. I recall the nights, all the endless fights, chasing dreams and demons, something I can't fight. I still taste that smoke from the last cigarette. After it fades, is high regret. Sinner, oh saint, what do I choose? One wrong move, and I'm lost in this life I can't do. Searching for the answer in the shadows of the night, dancing with the devil. Holding on for dear life. I remember my mother tried to steer me right. She said, son, do your best, look for the light. The weight of my battles bring me down. Every move I take, it's like a round trip to hell. Sinner, oh, saint, what do I choose? One wrong move, and I'm lost in this life I can't lose. Searching for the answer, the shadows of the night, dancing with the devil, holding on for dear life. Searching for the answer, the shadows of the night, I'm dancing with the devil, holding on for dear life.
Join Black Daisy Boutique on January 31st from 4 to 8 p.m. for a belated birthday sip and shop. There will be free drinks, permanent jewelry from Zapped Waco, and exclusive discounts on all of the wonderful pieces from Black Daisy Boutique. The Black Daisy was founded by Stephanie Welch to celebrate the unique worth of every woman, reminding her that she is seen, valued, and never alone. So, come celebrate Stephanie's birthday with Black Daisy Boutique on January 31st. SB Productions is inviting you to the Bloody Valentine Masquerade Ball on February 14th at the Performing Arts Community Center. There will be live musical performances, vendors, tarot readings, face paintings, and so much more. Tickets are $5 for single Pringles and $8 for couples, with doors opening at 7 p.m. Be sure to stop by the Pack this Valentine's Day for a bloody good time. I'm Elizabeth Riley with Act Locally Waco, and I will see you all later.
So it's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
At TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, your bank for life.
Today's show is brought to you by the Heart of Texas Home Builders Association. Don't miss this year's Home Products Show. It's January 31st and February 1st at the base at the Extraco Event Center. You'll see everything from home construction to remodeling, start to finish. Tickets are $5 at the door. I'll see you there.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct. I let in the sun rays. More of the heat stays. Universal Windows Direct.
Right now, buy one window, get the next one free. Plus no interest and no payments for 24 months.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
It's time to start something new at Allen Samuels. Drive in with huge savings on all of our Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. From a trail-conquering Jeep Grand Cherokee, towing in style with a Ram Heavy Duty, or cruising the city in a sporty and luxurious Ram 1500, we've got the perfect ride for you. Stop by Allen Samuels in Waco, where we make car buying easy.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Don't miss the Home Product Show Saturday, January 31st and Sunday, February 1st at the base at Extraco Event Center in Waco. You'll meet local professionals and see the latest building trends, discover innovative products, and find expert advice all under one roof. Plus, there will be games for the whole family and cash prizes. Don't miss the Home Product Show, January 31st and February 1st.
I am so delighted to have Renee Maciel here with us today.
Thank you.
He is from First Woodway Baptist Church, and you've written a very powerful devotional, and I've been hearing about this the last several weeks, and I love hearing about this because it was your way of rediscovering joy, and it was out of a time that was not joyful at all. And we're talking about the pandemic.
Right.
So welcome. Thank you.
Good to be with you
being
today.
with us.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Yeah, matter of fact, in 2020, when all this was going on around us, and being a minister at a church, you begin to hear all kinds of stories about people being closed up, even family members that are in the hospital.
Oh, that was horrible.
People at their homes that couldn't leave their homes, people in hospice or where it may be. And it seemed like around us, people became more and more anxious, discouraged, depressed, to the point that lots of them, even Christians, followers, that just lost their joy in living. And even people that had passed during that time that had no connection with people, And so I began to write this and think about this, for me also discovering what is my joy in life? Is it people? Is it things? Is it stuff that we hold on to? And so lots of times we miss that. And I began to realize that the real joy in my life is my relationship with Jesus Christ. And a lot of times you meet people that don't fully understand that. And so this was an opportunity to write it down, put it together in a devotional thought, And hopefully the words on these pages will be something that'll encourage others to understand what real joy means in life.
Yeah. Well, as missions and community outreach pastor there at First Woodway, I mean, you have that opportunity to really, feel what people are going through. And we think back, and gosh, it's almost 6 years ago. It's hard to believe that all that stuff was happening then. But I think some people were changed forever by it. And in other ways, it's like, oh, that's just a bad dream, that happened.
Right.
And we, made it through it. But it was a time of fear and grief and uncertainty for folks.
Yes.
And looking for joy, looking for a reason.
And even that, I brought it up to date from the standpoint of, like I said, started writing this in 2020. But in my introduction, I just talk about here we are 5 years later, and still lots of division, lots of mistrust, lots of disunity, not only
It's
in
almost worse.
life, in politics, but in homes as well.
Yeah.
And so once again, people are at a place where there's no truth, there's no hope, there's no congeniality from the standpoint of even meeting people. You're afraid of people in some ways, you know. But in my role at the church, it really is a role that I love and cherish from the standpoint of just meeting lots of different folks. And putting them at ease that I'm not a weirdo. I'm not,
Well, you do run a lot.
I do run a lot. I like to run still.
I know you like to run.
And
There's something a little strange about that, but
but from the standpoint of just meeting people, I love meeting people. I love connecting with them. I love getting to know their name. Lots of times we miss people's names even.
Yeah.
So I really have to make it a point to get to know people, and this opportunity through the book and through the words is really rediscovering the joy that comes through Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you were able to access the people and the blessings and the moments of grace, if you will, that are just right in front of you. So what inspired you to write this now?
Yeah, right now, I guess the reason I finally decided to put it on paper is I'd talked about doing it for a long time, and it just kind of sat. And I've done a lot of writing. I've written for blogs. I've written for even things on Facebook to our church members on a consistent basis, and they were always encouraging remarks. And so I thought, I need to try that and give it a try. And I've had lots of people around me that have done it. And so I finally decided that I just needed to put it down and write it. And I began to put it down in days. I began to put it down by subjects is the idea behind that. And in that particular day when I was writing on something like suffering or heartache or trouble or things like that. But part of that too is that on the front cover of this book is my dog, Kobe.
He's so cute.
My daughter is a graphic designer. Carmen is her name. And she illustrated that. And I think about when I go into the house at home, man. And of course, my dog is always there to greet me.
Oh, and they're always just the happiest thing in the world.
8-year-old golden doodle.
Yeah.
And immediately, you can't help but smile. You can't help feel an expression of joy that dog greets you there. But at the same time, when we know Jesus Christ as our personal Lord and Savior, it is also an understanding that we have this inner joy in us that nothing else can take the place, or nothing else can squelch that joy either. It shouldn't, but lots of times it does, but it shouldn't. But with that dog, there's no change in him.
That's right.
There's no change in him. There's no change in him. He is the same. He's consistent. And my last day 31, is about Kobe, by the way. And so
Kobe's
it's
his name?
in the day 31, and Kobe's his name. And so I kind of relate a lot of this to understanding the things we go through. And I start out each day with just saying, here's just my thoughts. Here's my thoughts on suffering. Here's my thoughts on grace. Here's my thoughts on family. And just saying, they're just real flesh, human thoughts of this is how I feel. But then when you get into understanding who Christ is, it's a different understanding, a different heart, a different mind, a different spirit.
Yeah.
And so
you mentioned that God stirred in you during those early days of the pandemic. What did that journey look like for you, both personally and spiritually?
I think more than anything else, immediately, I think March 12th is when we found out I was headed to Chile on a mission trip.
Right.
I stopped in at a coffee shop that morning.
And the world was shutting down in
And
March
someone said,
2020.
did you hear about Santiago? I said, no, what? He said, well, you can't get into Santiago.
Oh.
And so immediately I called my pastor up, I called others up, and we could not go to Chile. So that was on March 12th. March 18th, we immediately opened up our food pantry and started really providing food for anybody that needed assistance. And we had gloves on, mask on, all of that stuff that was going on. You remember
distancing,
that?
The whole
and
thing.
so we began to help people out right away. And every time we'd have
So there
people,
was a call for more of that kind of help at
bet,
that time?
You bet. And all those people that were driving up and during that time. And it was very slow at the beginning, but it got bigger and bigger and bigger as the pandemic went on. But everybody that you'd meet or you'd run into, they were beyond grief. They were beyond hope. They were beyond, the food was just a little bit of help, but it didn't satisfy them in any way, And by the way, we prayed with every single family that came through there. Yeah. And there was lots of tears and lots of, people that were just scared. They were just flat scared.
Well, nobody knew what was going to
exactly.
happen next.
And again, not anybody that truly understood the joy of the Lord, the strength of God in our life. And so it was really that journey at that time that I began to realize, there are people around us that are just hopeless. There was hopelessness going on.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, okay, what is the opposite of that? Well, it's faith is what the opposite of that is. And faith is that joy in us, that understanding of joy in our lives. It comes through Jesus Christ. And so I began just to put thoughts down, just words down. And I never thought I'd be into a devotional book or something like that, but I'm thrilled about that.
So where did the 31-day structure come from?
No, it was really.
And I love that. I love devotionals that are like that because I'll go back and reread, and you see something different. Even though I read this, 28 days ago. Or
it really is taking a month, is what it is. Taking a month. So 31 days. Take a month that you go through it, and you can start any month. But here's my plan, and hopefully I'll come back on your show one time. But my plan is I started back kind of in the middle, but love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and self-control, gentleness and self-control. So this is going to be the fruit of the Spirit series.
Yeah.
My next one that I'm already working on is called 31 Days of Love.
Oh.
And so I'll do the whole series. I'll do the whole fruit of the Spirit.
Oh, good.
Love,
for you.
joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and faith and self-control. So this is book number 1, which again started in the middle of the pandemic. I've already started working on 31 Days of Love. I'll have that out by next November is the plan.
Good.
And
we'll make a date.
And
for
so
you to come back.
we'll plan on going through the whole series of 31 days, and you can take those months. You can take the book and take a month that you need to go through love or through gentleness or through self-control or whatever it may be. But that's my pipe dream or my God dream of doing that.
Okay.
And I'm excited about that. And so working on it.
I love that. That's great. Many people, we mentioned this, that still carry that emotional and spiritual heaviness from the pandemic and what happened.
Yeah.
Let's talk about happiness versus joy.
Yeah. As you say that, I just looked at a report. It's called the World Happiness Report. You can find it online.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 country in the world in happiness is Finland.
Okay.
I think number 8 was Israel. Number 18 was Mexico. Number 24 was the United States of America on that report. And a lot of that report had to do, the summary talked about giving ourselves away. In other words, benevolence.
Right.
Those that end up giving or helping or serving other people are more happy when they give themselves away. Mm-hmm. And those countries that are ahead of us, we're 24 in the world, those countries that are ahead of us, people are giving, helping, assisting, volunteering. Benevolence is showing up more in those countries than in our country. Now you think about that. We're so consumed with things, stuff, my phone.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. For sure.
So we don't think about giving ourselves away or assisting or volunteering or serving as much as we used to.
Yeah.
True happiness, according to that report, is talking about really giving and assisting and serving and being ready to help other people out, volunteering in chaos, And so it's interesting. There's a difference between that joy and there's a difference between that happiness. The joy is an internal thing that you experience through Christ in desperation, in trouble. And there's many of these days that I talk about trouble, pain, suffering.
Right.
Even in the midst of those, you can still have joy. I think happiness has to do with really understanding that the only way I'm going to ever be happy in life is by giving my life to other people, assisting other people, caring for other people, And in that too, I think you would find the joy, you would find the experience that God intended for you originally, and knowing and understanding that by helping other people.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, it's probably one of the reasons my job is such a fun job. I get to do a lot of things that, a lot of people think, no, I'm not going to do that. But it really is an opportunity for me just to take people along with me and say, wait till you get there. Wait till you see what we're doing. And then you'll fall in love with the opportunity. And one of those things that I've done many times, I go down and serve at Caritas.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And what I do is I push baskets of groceries out to the cars, meet all kinds of people, and I pray with every one of them. And it's amazing the conversations I get in those people. And it is just such a treat when you finally give yourself away, when you assist, when you care, when you serve. And again, that backside of that, Ann, is this, that, man, you begin to experience the joy of the Lord, and knowing that the fulfillment in my life, the happiness in my life is, I love my family. I'm happy with my family. I'm happy with my dog. I'm happy with a lot of things in my life, but the joy that really comes from experiencing and knowing God has given you these opportunities.
Yeah. Well, here we've just experienced Thanksgiving, had a wonderful day, still turkey leftovers, I'm sure. and today is Black Friday.
Right.
And so what a perfect time to kind of bring that focus to this time of year. We're thinking about giving, obviously, gifts and all that kind of thing. But I think joy is going to come from serving others and finding maybe ministries or nonprofits or things
ways to volunteer,
to give back during this season, because these holiday season, it can be so busy for folks, but it can also be desperately sad.
Yeah, I think we begin to fill our minds and our hearts with all kinds of things that maybe we're getting or doing. But I think the real freedom comes in our life, or the real joy comes in our life, when we finally begin to give ourselves away. And the older I get, the things are not as important to me as they used to be. But I think the times that I get to volunteer or serve and connect with people, those are probably some of the best things that happen in my life nowadays. So I'm grateful for that. And this is just a way to express the joy of God's goodness, the Thanksgiving that we just experienced, to be able to thank Him for the goodness that He's had in my life. And even not only the goodness, but even the hard times. We need to be mindful that life is full of hard times. So you're going to have to experience also the joy even through the difficult times in your life, and be thankful as well. And
so much more I want to talk to you about. I want to get a little bit more into the tall weeds on some of your individual days of your 31 days of joy. Renee, we will be back. Going to take a break though.
Unlock a world of convenience with Mullybox, your one-stop solution for personalized subscription boxes delivered right to your door. Each box is tailored to your taste. Mullybox.com. That's MULLYBOX.com.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Ready for a better kind of primary care?
At Patient First Direct Primary Care, you get unlimited office visits with same-day or next-day availability.
And instead of rushed appointments, we take the time to actually listen.
There are no insurance hassles, just clear, simple care.
You can reach us by phone or text because access shouldn't be complicated. Our practice has expanded to include Medicare-age patients as part of our direct primary care model.
It's a fresh alternative to the traditional insurance or government-driven systems, care that finally puts you first.
For more information, go to patientfirstdirect.com.
So for today's video, it is snowing here in Waco, Texas. Now it's only 11:48 p.m. So here is the snow, as y'all can tell. Yeah, it is very beautiful, as y'all can tell. Look at this. Here is our front yard, as y'all can tell. Yeah. Wow. Now, they've been saying all weekend it was going to snow, but the thing is, none of us believed it was going to do anything. We just thought it was going to be cold rain. But as y'all can tell, it's actually snowing. I'm going to stop the video right here. So the video is going to pause just for a few minutes, and I will be back after a few hours. And then we're going to see where the snow is at. It snowed, but actually iced. So we're going to walk over to this church, see what's over there, see how much snow is on the ground, and then go from there. So right now we are walking over to the church. As you can tell, there is a lot of snow all on the ground. So here is the church itself, y'all. Well, look at this. It's literally like a ice skating rink. Here is a chapel right here. This is a beautiful shot right here. Wow. Let's walk over to this side. Wow, this is beautiful.
By the banks of the river, where the willows hang down, wild birds warble, low moaning sound, down in a hollow where the river runs cold. It was there I first listened to lies that you told. Now lie on my bed and I see your sweet face. Last I remember, yeah, what time can erase. And then those letters you wrote me, they were written in shame. And I know that your conscience still echoes my name. If ladies were blackbird, if ladies were thrushes, fly their flowers in the chilly cold marshes. And if women were squirrels with marble sheets in, well, I load up my shotgun, rock salt in. I load up my shotgun.
TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, your bank for life.
Don't miss the Home Product Show Saturday, January 31st and Sunday, February 1st at the base at Extraco Event Center in Waco. You'll meet local professionals and see the latest building trends, discover innovative products, and find expert advice all under one roof. Plus, there will be games for the whole family and cash prizes. Don't miss the Home Product Show, January 31st and February 1st. Brought to you by TFNB, your bank for life.
It's time to start something new at Allen Samuels. Drive in with huge savings on all of our Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. From the trail-conquering Jeep Grand Cherokee, towing in style with a Ram Heavy Duty, or cruising the city in a sporty and luxurious Ram 1500, we've got the perfect ride for you. Stop by Allen Samuels in Waco, where we make car buying easy.
Come by. Let's be friends.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.